Hey guys, it is TrainFan365 here today, and with Toy Fair 2019 coming up really soon, in just a few days, it is time that I make my predictions for what is coming to the Bachmann Thomas range in 2019. So, starting things off with the HO range, of course. For Locomotives, I could see one of three options. I could see Daisy, Ryan, or Sydney. Yeah, I could see one of those three being made. I would love to see Daisy be made. She would be a fantastic addition, and sales would absolutely spike if Bachmann made her. I could also see Ryan and Sydney being made, because Ryan's popular and Sydney's really easy to make. Moving on to the rolling stock. This is a toss-up. I could see, actually, the flat car with paint drums be reintroduced, except not with paint anymore. Probably with logs this time. And I could also see Troublesome Truck number 6, which I'm hoping will be a ventilated van or a tank car. I think those are probably the two most likely options. I doubt they'll come out with a new mold for the rolling stock. Onto the accessories. I'm going to take a shot in the dark with this and say that Trevor is made. It's exactly what they need, because they have Bertie, Terrence, Harold, and Jeremy. They need Trevor, and they even need Bulgy too, but that's besides the point. I'm going to say Trevor for the accessories, nothing else for the accessories. On to the Resin Buildings. If there are any made this year, I would like to see more Resin Buildings be made, like Terrence Tractor 525 does too. Anyways, I'm going to say that they make for Farquhar Station, as it is such an iconic building. It is so highly requested on the Resin Buildings. And also, I'm going to say they make a narrow gauge resin building, probably the narrow gauge engine shed, the one that was seen where Duke is sleeping in Sleeping Beauty, and Sir Handel and Peter Sam wake him up, that shed. And also that shed, the same one where Skarloey is being polished and, Peter Sam sits with his broken funnel, that shed. I forget what it's called. But anyways, moving on to the narrow gauge range, we all know that the coaches are coming, the red and blue coaches, and Rusty, of course. I'm going to say that this is actually tough. I'm going to say they announce Peter Sam this year, and along with Peter Sam, probably a brake van, maybe? Probably a brake van, yeah. I'm going to say Peter Sam and a brake van for this year for the narrow gauge range, along with, of course, the shed. Now onto the large scale range. And I would say the large scale range is officially dead at this point. There have been no new engines coming out in quite a while. And if Bachmann wants their large scale range to increase sales at all, then they need a new engine. I'm going to take a shot in the dark with this and say that Bachmann introduces a new engine to their large scale range lineup this year. I could see one of a few options. Edward, Diesel, Duck, Bill, and Ben are all good options. I would definitely like to see Edward the most, even though he's not in the Steam Team anymore. He is my favorite character, and he's probably the one everyone wants the most in the large scale range. Definitely me. I'm going to say Edward. Moving on to the large scale rolling stock, I swear I make the same prediction for this every year, and I'm always wrong. But I'm going to do it again, because I'm thinking maybe this year they'll announce Henrietta, because that is one of the gaps in their lineup. You can't have Toby without Henrietta. And so, along with Henrietta, I think they'll introduce the red coaches, as the red coaches in the HO scale range are very, very popular. They're very good sellers. What else? I think that's it, actually. Is that everything in that Bachmann makes in their Thomas range? I think it is, actually. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering, guys. But, yeah, those are my official predictions for Bachmann Thomas 2019. I feel like this year could be a promising year, considering 2018 was one of the worst years ever for Bachmann Thomas. I feel like this year has more potential to it, and Bachmann could live up to their hype. And because Hornby does not make products anymore for their Thomas range, Bachmann could take over the UK license too and introduce more models too for the UK. So I feel like that has some potential too. Anyways, this is going to end this video. Let's see if any of this predictions come true when Toy Fair 2019 comes and when the products are announced. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is TrainFan365 signing off. Bye guys.